Там вроде не официальный сайт. Блин, как красиво все-таки.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Так, господи. Отличное зеркало. Я примерно так и вижу по утрам себя в зеркале. Блин, меня немного бесит то, что я слева от камеры. Это умывальник такой, да? Блять. Что? О, прикольно. Мы пьем чай. И крутим. Мы съели яблоко прям с косточками. Я раньше так и ела, кстати.
Now, which way is the common room?
Очень крутая лестница, я бы с нее точно навернулась.
Must be different starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Эй, сплетницы, я вас слышу. Тащите.
That new 5th year. They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry. Can't imagine starting a new school this late. That girl.
Сучки мелкие.
Oh, what did I do wrong this time? I don't
О,
know
это.
what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally.
Это Гермиона 2.0. Вернее, 0.1.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year. And even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to
Смотрите,
get
как там
ahead
чел
of
на
it.
заднем плане чаечек пьет и поглядывает на нас.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
нечего туда положить. Сколько тут курсов-то? Не знаю. Ну, вообще 7. Но я не знаю, сколько здесь конкретно. Етить, колотить.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
It is true, but we handled it very well.
I'll say. I think you've already earned a reputation for fearlessness. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat. Not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
I take it you're not afraid of heights?
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Извиняем. Какая-то хрень с этим самым. Да, вообще совсем. Да что такое? Там что-то не очень. Мне кажется, я даже слышала, как она кряхтела.
Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
Мамочка.
I am. She's my aunt.
А, тетечка.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well. And she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference, fundamentally, between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
Try working with a wand that's been passed out with 3
Ты чуть мне в ухо палочкой? Отличный, кстати, коридор. Очень удобно передвигаться.
I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
Прикольно. Выглядит сочно.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your
Это же Хогвартс, здесь магия везде.
The guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Портрет Боруфио. Так, на этом портрете волшебник Боруфио, прославивший своим мозговым эликсиром и очередным напоминанием, как важно правильно произносить наши заклинания. Однажды он произнес «С» вместо «Ф», и в результате обнаружил, что лежит на полу, у него на груди стоит буйвол. Здесь это где? Это слева, я поняла. Так, полное руководство. Это единственное, что заработать очки опыта. Experience. Открыть руководство. Escape. Так, это ваш уровень волшебства, полученный в результате прохождения испытаний. Повышает ваш уровень и силу. Так, испытания. Мы будем гадать на картах? Так, собрав свою первую страницу руководства, вы открыли новую категорию испытаний. Здесь будут появляться все новые испытания, которые вы разблокируете во время своих приключений. Выберите, чтобы продолжить. Давай, Дарк, хорошего тебе рабочего дня. Спасибо, что забежал.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Котенька. Какая красивая киса. Так, я надеюсь, что с этого не... Вроде бы не услышал.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
А чё она меня не ждет? Я сундуки лутаю, она меня не ждет.
Ah, good timing. perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Лол, прикольно. Угу. Вот мы телепортировались, что ли?
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
If I had to pick one...
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in
Реджина
Hogsmeade.
могла бы
You will
быть очень
also, I
хорошим
imagine,
пикапером,
enjoy
между
many a
прочим.
butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Они всегда так много будут болтать.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Ну, типа, это как вводная часть, наверное, поэтому так много болтают.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir, but I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Так, это значок символизирует основное задание. Выполняя основное задание, вы продвинетесь по основной истории, откроете новые возможности и заработаете опыт.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Ой. Как это работает? Не помню, как вот эту штуку использовать. Ее, по-моему, через карту нужно использовать. Лютик, да. Побочные задания доступны. Сундуки с сокровищами от задания. Так, а это что? Принятие по заклинаниям. А у меня только... О, модные перчи. О, нафиг нам плащ. Юбка тоже мешает, понятно. Ну, смотрите, прикольно, да? Понимаю. Гана тут под тапком дает пустить. Я не так хотела, но ладно. Вы видели, он исчез, просто он летел на метле, потом исчез. О, котик. Котик. Здравствуй, Серж. И тут Гарик, ну а как же? Он проткнул его в живот, разрубил по животу, а он типа от этого прыгал. Понимаю. Как твои дела, Серж? Вот толкан, смотрите. Вот, как его можно открыть?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Где они все разговаривают?
My, what a striking face. You'll make quite the portrait one day. I wouldn't want to be hung next to you.
Ну, что выедешь? Ну, хорошего тебе дня обучения.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor
Не
Ronan?
отвлекайся от руля, так что лучше.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with a passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
Он разрабатывает какое-то
Now,
ПО, да?
everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a
Уже к нему
summoning charm?
пиздячил.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Мы идем кушать? Нет? Очень жаль.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes?
Accio.
Now, I could keep... Excellent. Good. Happens to the best of us.
А что надо сделать-то?
Splendid! Not to worry. Very good. Don't lose your composure. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai,
чтоб
would you
не
care
упал.
to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Я думала, просто...
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Be sharp.
А, я поняла, короче, как это работает.
I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
А, понятно, чуть подольше подержать. Окей. Да, это я уж поняла. Вот оно там написано. Что за задрот против меня? Блин, ну ладно, уже что-то. Крест, наверное. Ну, какая-то задержка миллионная. Мне надо было чуть подольше подержать. Ну ладно. Так, я требую реванш. Блин, мне даже можно было выбрать заново факультет. Дайте я переиграю. Надо ее въебать.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
Она прошла сквозь меня.
Let us see this.
Это так нечестно. Посмотрите, ей подсуживают. Что это за такое?
That is how it's done.
Excellent control there.
Теперь подсажу от меня, да. Она своими шарами мне все закрыла. Ай, блядь, 4 я ЛКМ нажала, бля. Я кнопки перепутала. Кто-то удивлен, я вот нет. Да блин, я реально такая думаю, еще чё он не останавливается? А если у нее шар передвинулся, ей добавили? Так нечестно! Ей тоже добавили, потому что я подвинула ее шар. Это вообще несправедливо. Я могла его совсем скинуть, да, получается?
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Так, я требую переигровки. Алло. Переигровка. Это честно, это нечестно. Здравствуй, Лиза.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy.
В смысле спокойно приняла поражение? Я тебе сейчас... Надо выключить на пару секунд Twitch, чтобы сказать, что я с ней сделала.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Там как бы по поводу цвета кожи, по поводу национальности, по поводу несправедливости жизни. Вот.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Осуждаю, конечно, осуждаю.
It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're
A word,
so inclined.
if you would.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing.
Ну, не 50% смысла, но какая-то часть именно в этой упаковке.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
А, то есть он мне сказал... Он мне такой, иди сюда, я тебе кое-что расскажу, но расскажу тебе это когда-нибудь потом. Так, и что я могу прокачать? Здесь есть какая-то система прокачки, я не понимаю. Отличная шляпа, блин. Попку. Это другое. Да в смысле, я же убрала. Нет? Не нужны такие очечки. Ладно, погнали.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you? Hello. You wanted to speak to me.
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Even if I knew how to get into the other common rooms, I wouldn't bother. There's a reason I was sorted into my house.
The chairs in the common room are too comfortable. Closed my eyes for 2 seconds the other day.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves! Where were you?
Ачивку за наглаживание котиков. Угу. Мне тоже кажется, что с лицами что-то не так. Ну как же мы одного котика погладим, а второго нет.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boo, and he says it's a flat.
Peeves, enough! You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boots and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
Так смешно.
Revelio.
Ну ладно. А, понял. И что это такое?
Perhaps mind what you're doing there.
Тут какая-то загадка. Надо посчитать, что ли? Это типа единорог. Давайте подумаем. Единорог. Это получается, что типа тут цифру надо поставить. Так. Так, надо подумать. 2. А единорог это сколько, типа, 6? Не... Думаешь, 2? Единорог, как бы, мне кажется, 1. У него же 1 рог. Очень логично, я считаю. Просто я не совсем понимаю, здесь нужно... Здесь вместо первого нужно что-то выбрать, а здесь вместо второго. Так получается? 0, 3. А если единорог... Господи. А, там уже выбран единорог, мамочки. Снизу и слева направо что? А где единорог? А, все, я поняла. Ты имеешь в виду, что вот это? Все, я поняла. Сова 1, да, я только сейчас поняла, что ты имеешь в виду. А чё бы и нет-то? Ну, тогда там нужен единорог тоже, да? 3, 0. И чтобы вышло 5, нам нужен единорог, 2. А тут тогда что? 4, 4, 6 и шестерка нужна. А 6 это 1, 2, 3, 6. Что это такое? Это краб какой-то. Мохнатый. Крокодил. Что это за хуйня? Краб, наверное. Но вот это ящерица. Я так понимаю. Так, а ну-ка. А, это он типа так подбирает из-за того, что тут рандомные стоят. Я не могу его найти, этого дурацкого единорога. Он не выпадает. Видишь? Мне кажется, он не может там быть. Ну, типа, раз он не выпадает. А ты что такое? О, лол. Козла. Кто такой козел? Здесь нет козла. Но здесь точно с вот этой вот, с первого треугольника. Но если с первого, то здесь же должен был быть единорог. Если мы ищем 5, 3, 0, 5. Нет, видишь? Вот здесь этот... Здесь двойной этот вопросительный знак. Ну, это единственное, что я поняла. Вот здесь 1 вопросительный знак. Это мы ищем ответ на первый кружочек. А вот двойной вопросительный знак. Это мы ищем ответ на второй кружочек. Так, а если мы, допустим... Здесь должны быть какие-то подсказки. Эй, чувак, ты не знаешь... А, ну, чувиха. Есть варианты, пацаны. Понятно. Сложно. Надо подумать. Если мы берем расчет, то нам нужна 7, а 7 раз, 2, 3, 4. Это ящерица. Даже не уверена, что здесь будет ящерица. Нет, тут видишь, я не понимаю. Есть только определенный пул. Кто там? Так, здесь у нас, значит, кто? Вот эта фигня. Она через один. Понял? Да, она через один, короче, выбирает. Единорог. А если тогда вот это вот считается через 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, и здесь 5, то 7, это что будет? То 7. Может быть, нужно считать 4, 5. Тогда я не знаю. Ой, стоп, что? Пусть знает, как это работает, если честно. Давайте потом подумаем об этом. Ну, я хуй знает, как он должен работать. Да блин, не может же быть такая сложная загадка, но не настолько же. Не вот для вот этих вот неадекваш, как мы. Может быть, треугольник и кружочек что-то тоже значит. Ладно, пофиг, потом подумаем над этим. Нет, мне нужно М нажимать. Может быть, мне придет какая-то гениальная мысль в голову.
I try to imagine the great.
Когда я бегаю, почему-то просаживается FPS.
that all you've got? Yeah.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable
Мне нравится эта бабуля, можно я за нее буду играть?
Especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
И все.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Токсик. Блин, прикиньте, я вчера узнала, что я не смогу пчелку купить. Ну как так? Ну вот как так? Blizzard, возьмите мои деньги.
Let us begin with the basic cost. See how the dummy deflected your cast?
Как я меняла?
Cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember? Good. Now, the basic cast.
Так, ну...
Levioso. Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
У меня есть протего.
This should be easy.
Levioso.
Good form.
I know.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say
Как вы... Ой, стоп, я просмотрела что-то.
How perceptive.
If only all of my students were this adept.
Not bad for a beginner.
Да, я повар.
You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Так, здесь, так понимаю, ничего такого нет.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Что это за глаз? Уж подумала, здесь подсказка, как разгадать ту.
Revelio. What are you up to now?
Так, ой, мне, наверное, нужно было... Ладно, так, уровень 2, инвентарь. Интересно. Так, мне нужна моя новая палочка. Надо ехать.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Не знаю. Я просто хожу и глажу котиков.
Excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
Он на лежит. Я вижу ее.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... What was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Кого мы выбираем? Девочку-заучку, которая нас развалила, или чувака? Давайте мы все-таки по мальчикам будем. Пусть научит нас плохому.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Так, давайте посмотрим. Я хочу Фоксмит. Мне нужна моя палочка. Все равно он мне только это... Ну вот смотрите, ну встала котенька, как ее не этот... Как ее не погладить? Я пробежала, она поднялась. Ну что это такое? Так же невозможно просто. Ау.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
А чё, как мне... Ой. Мне нужно... А это что такое? Это мне прицел. Я ее вижу. А 4-я это что? А. Да, я подумала... Да. Я просто не помнила, какая из этих кнопок мне нужна.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Где? А вот он.
Brilliant.
Что с освещением? Почему оно каждый раз
I trust the
меняется?
preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Вы тоже заметили, да, что типа я там выхожу в одно место, одно освещение, в другое.
If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Красивая статуя. Что мне дает уровень? Какие-то аксессуары? 235 здоровья. Мне стало больше здоровья. А что я могу за монетки купить? Вот мне интересно. А вот. Да, я. Ну и что?
As far as I can see.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Почему они все здесь рыжие? Почему он топчется по траве?
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Так давай собирать, алло.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look.
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Красиво, правда? Смотрите, как красиво.
Already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh, any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling. I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful. Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Huh? Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi, guys, ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
What? A demi, guys? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place, I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame.
Трудно, здравствуй. Ты будешь каждый раз фолловиться и unfollowиться. Как твои дела?
So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes, dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand.
А
And
что
a
со
short
старым?
list gives you plenty of time to poke around the
Вообще, что ты
village.
наделал?
I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember,
Чутка
have fun.
пролагивает стрим сегодня. Я починю это в следующий раз. О, можно, смотрите, в парикмахерскую зайти. Вот это для квиддича, это лавка Ливанда. Потихоньку, ну что ты в Питер-то переехал? За авторское право? Серьезно? А что, ты смотрел фильмы какие-то или... Или из-за песни?
I'll be right with. Ah.
В Норвегии? Фига ты.
Just a moment,
Почему я
please.
думала, что ты в Питер хотел? И чё, как там?
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time.
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me.
Молодец, наверное, там
Let's find
получше,
you
чем
the perfect wand, shall
Питере.
we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it.
Кажется, это не для меня палочка.
Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try.
Выглядит странно. Можно мне нету? Спасибо. Не знаю, пока непонятно.
Looks like it's back to the shelf for you.
У меня тут пока какие-то проблемы то ли с интернетом, то ли с чем.
How perplexing.
И подлагивает еще в придачу, так что.
You? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
А, и мы сейчас будем кастомизировать. Здравствуй, Макс. Так, ну, давайте выбирать другой.
Curious indeed.
Блять, что это? Что делать, если мне ничего не нравится? Есть какие-то еще варианты?
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Кривую бери. Зачем мне кривая?
Curious indeed.
Почему длина не меняется?
How intriguing.
Ничего ж не меняется. Зачем они меня обманывают?
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Он может не комментировать. С какой целью палочку выбираешь, чтобы фиячить?
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
Где вот?
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
Блин, мне не нравятся эти палки. Мне нравилась та, которая... Мгм. Так, ребят, напоминаю про ВК Play Life и про Бусти. Мне не нравятся представленные палки.
Curious indeed.
Прихожу, тут порнуха. Мы не можем выбрать палку.
How intriguing.
Мне ничего не нравится.
Curious indeed.
Так, все лайки поставили. Теперь любой потом поменяешь. Нет, это очень важно. Возьмем какая-то бузиная палочка, да? Волосы. Давайте перо феникса. Или волос единорога. А вот, смотрите, вызывать мощную магию, стабильную или широкий спектр. Дракона бери. Ну, вот тут типа мощный. Че, берем дракона?
A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly.
Мощная, да-да. Широкий спектр. Вот смотрите, Лизу широкий спектр заинтересовал. Нас мощь, а Лизу широкий спектр. Ребята, у кого тут самый широкий спектр, скажите? Ой, я же нажала F. А, надо зажать.
What do you think?
Она выглядит отстойно, меня бесит.
Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful.
The
right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Так, пойдемте, нам постричься нужно. Нормально, зашли к чуваку, просто залутали. Лагает, сильно лагает. Потому что палочек мало, выбор маленький. Что за дурацкие формы? Стандартная.